Every day I feel a seeping dread.
You Are Not the Only One.
Like drought
Shapes
on
of Sorrow. Devotional Series. Episode 1. We have come a long way to get here. Think back over the whole road behind us. We learned that God chose us first, before we ever thought to look for Him. We watched Him rescue us when we could not rescue ourselves. We let Him walk with us into the hardest places, the things that had their hooks in us, the envy, the false desires that promised heaven and handed us something else. We worked slowly to learn what faith and hope and love actually mean. We stood at the cross and saw both the full weight of what we deserved and the fuller wonder of what we were given. And we learned at last to say thank you. And now, at the very end, we arrive at the heaviest thing on the album. We saved it for last on purpose. You could not have started here. A person who is not yet sure they are loved cannot afford to look honestly at fear and anger and grief. It would simply crush them. But a person who knows all the way down that nothing can separate them from the love of God can walk straight into the dark and not be lost in it. That is the only reason we can do this now. We spent the whole journey building the ground we are about to stand on. I want to be honest with you about where this song comes from, because it would be a kind of lie to teach it from a safe distance. This song came out of my own life. I am a Christian and I suffer from depression at times. I have known loss. I have been afraid, for years, sometimes constantly. And the trust I have in God is real, total even. But it is not the serene, untroubled trust we like to put on display. It is the trust of a small child holding on to a parent's leg, frightened, gripping, refusing to let go. I shed a great many tears writing this song. I am shedding them again now, trying to write this. I am telling you this because these things almost never get said. We sing about the victory and the morning and the mountaintop, and we should. Those things are true. But we do not often sing about the seeping dread, the rage we hide from everyone, the grief that never fully goes away. And I have come to believe that far more people live with these things than we let ourselves admit. The oldest lie sin ever told is that you are the only one, that everyone else has it together, that your fear and your anger and your sorrow are yours alone, some private defect you have to keep hidden. That is a lie. We all carry some shape of this. Most of us just never say it out loud. That word, shape, is the whole song. This is a song about 3 shapes: fear, anger, and sorrow. And the claim underneath it, the reason they belong together in one piece of music, is that they are not 3 separate problems. They are 3 faces of one thing. Underneath the fear and underneath the anger, the real thing is grief. Grief that the world is not what it should be, not what we hoped, not what God made it to be. The order matters, and it is not the obvious one. Fear comes first. It did for me. It was the companion of my younger years, a constant thing. And it was the first thing a human being ever felt on the far side of Eden. I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid. Genesis 3:10. Then anger, because fear lived in long enough, begins to turn. You start to see clearly how people treat people, how the scales never seem to balance, how much cruelty there is. And worse, you come to know what you are capable of, and it is your own failures you are angriest about. Then sorrow, last, because sorrow is simply what comes from living long enough. We lose people. We lose things that mattered. Even the good losses ache. The darkness in the world is genuinely sad. It is a grief to watch someone you love turn away from Christ. Sorrow is not a failure of faith. It is what love does in a world this broken. Now I need to tell you what this song does not do, so you are not waiting through 20 episodes for something that is not coming. This song does not resolve. There is a finale, and it is real, and it is the most important part of the whole thing, but it is not a fix. It does not make the fear lift or the grief end. In my own experience, God does not simply take these things away in this life. We carry a spirit of hope, and still, people die. The victory in this song is not that the pain gets solved. The victory is that we learn to say every bit of it out loud, to stop hiding it, and to turn and put all of it into the hands of God. That does not mean we no longer have it. It means we can finally ask Him for the help we need, and sometimes we need it so badly. This is the album we are closing, and it is called The In-Between. That is exactly where this song lives. Not the garden behind us, not the city ahead. Here, in the middle, in the ache, held. There is one moment in this song I want to name now, before we ever reach it. There is a line that cries out, "I need it over. I need it to end." I want to be clear about what that is and what it is not. It is not about ending your life. It is the honest sound a person makes when they have hit the very end of their own strength to carry what they are carrying. When someone loses a child, does the grief ever truly leave? It does not. Years later, it still rises up, and the heart looks everywhere for relief, for distraction, for help, for hope, for anything. That line is that cry. It is what comes out of a person who cannot hold it anymore, and has nowhere left to put it but God. I have spent nights standing under the scalding water of a shower, letting the noise of it cover the sound and hide an ocean of tears, begging God to change what had happened, or to undo what I myself had done. He never did. The thing I pleaded with Him to change, He did not change. But here is what I could still say, even while I was breaking apart. I still believe. I still love you. I am just really hurting right now. That is not much. It is not a triumph, and I am not going to dress it up as one. But it was enough. It was enough to keep holding on to the leg in the dark. And that, in the end, is what this entire song is. A person refusing to let go of God when everything in them is coming undone. Maybe you do not live with these things. Some people are largely spared them, and that is a real mercy. But these are real, and they are common, and so this is for everyone. For the ones who are in it right now, for the ones who will be someday, and for the ones who simply love somebody who is. So we are going to walk into the three shapes, one at a time. Fear, then anger, then sorrow. We are going to be honest about all of it. No flinching, no tidy answers stapled on to make it bearable. And we are going to do it the way the song does it. Not from a safe distance, but from the inside, with God's hand in ours the whole way down and the whole way through. You do not have to have it together to come. You only have to be willing to say it. Let's begin.
Turn to stone.